السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. Brothers and sisters, today's khutbah is an important one, and alhamdulillah it's being live streamed, and it will be recorded inshallah, available on our YouTube channel, and you can pass it around before tomorrow, because the khutbah is about the al-Khusuf, which is the salah for the eclipse of the moon. Now, to start off, just a reminder about reviving the sunnah and the reward for that, and also the warning against inventing things in the matters of the deen. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "I'lam innahu man ahya sunnatan min sunnati qad umitat ba'di fa inna lahu min al-ajr mithla man amila biha min ghayri an yanqus min ujurihim shay'a. ومن ابتدع بدعة ضلالة لا ترضي الله ورسوله كان عليه مثل آثام من عمل بها لا ينقص ذلك من أوزار الناس شيئا." Rasulullah ﷺ said, "Know that whoever revives my sunnah when it has died out after me, will have a reward similar to those who act upon it without detracting from his reward in the slightest. And whoever innovates misguidance displeasing to Allah and His Messenger will have a sin similar to those who act upon it without detracting from their sins in the slightest. So brothers and sisters, great reward, as we can see here from the words of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for reviving a sunnah, something that has been forgotten or is not being practiced. And we have another situation where it's not forgotten, a sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it is still not practiced. Maybe the attitude is, well, it's only a sunnah. We should have the attitude, if we really want to follow the example of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we should take every opportunity to follow his sunnah. Which leads me to the topic, brothers and sisters, of today, which is on the Salatul Khusuf and Khusuf. So let us define this. Salatul Khusuf is the salah that's done during the eclipse of the sun. And Salatul Khusuf is the salah that's done during the eclipse of the moon. So tomorrow night, inshallah, Saturday, at starting around 11:07 p.m., so right after Salatul Isha, inshallah, there will be an eclipse of the moon. And it will go until approximately 1:52 a.m., and that's early Sunday morning. So brothers and sisters, let us remind ourselves that this is an authenticated sunnah. And we'll go over the evidences, inshallah. But brothers and sisters, from my experience, this is a sunnah that is not practiced as much as it should be. And in some communities, some Muslim communities, it's not practiced at all. We've tried our best at this masjid, alhamdulillah. We've been doing it for years or decades, alhamdulillah. Every time there is an eclipse, whether it's the solar eclipse or the lunar eclipse. Some of the brothers, they appreciate very much, actually. One of them came to me and said, in my entire life, I never knew about the sunnah or the salah. In my 50 years, this is the first time I'm doing the salah. Which, and based on other feedback like that or other comments, it leads me to believe, brothers and sisters, that this is one of the sunan that, if not forgotten in some communities, it's not practiced, as I said, as often as it should. Yet it's a very authentic sunnah, which we will go over inshallah. So brothers and sisters, the Jama'ah will take place at 11:15 tomorrow, and I know the space is limited if you're not registered. But alhamdulillah, you don't have to worry about that. It is preferable to do in the masjid and a jama'ah, but you can do this salah at home. Either alone or make a jama'ah at home, no problem, inshallah. So you are not going to be deprived of the opportunity even if the space here is not available in the masjid. So don't worry about that. You can practice the sunnah. And you can revive the sunnah. You yourself and your families. And imagine the ajr you're going to get for that when your children practice that, when you get your children in the habit of doing this. And they teach their children. Imagine the reward for establishing the sunnah. So brothers and sisters, you can pass it along, as I said, this message. It's happening throughout most of North America and all of South America. So if you have some relatives and friends, please pass it around. You'll get reward for that. It's being recorded. It's on our channel. It's easy to share the link. So please try to do that, inshallah, if you wish. Brothers and sisters, the eclipse is a warning to the people. We should not take it just as a scientific phenomenon. And the dalil for that comes from the sunnah of Rasulullah ﷺ, that once there was an eclipse during the lifetime of Rasulullah ﷺ, and he hurried to the masjid. He hastened to the masjid in fear, dragging his garments out of haste. Rasulullah ﷺ led the people in salah, the believers in salah, and told them that the eclipse is a sign amongst the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by which Allah warns His servants that it might be the reason for a severe torment. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ordered people to do acts that would eliminate that by doing the salah, by making istighfar, by making tawbah, by making dhikr, by giving sadaqah. All these good deeds at this time. So brothers and sisters, as more background and more dalil, Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anh said that the sun eclipsed the day Ibrahim, the son of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, passed away. And the people said, the sun has eclipsed because of the death of Ibrahim. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, إن الشمس والقمر لا ينكسفان لموت أحد من الناس ولكنهما آيتان من آيات الله فإذا رأيتموهما فقوموا فصلوا. He said that the sun and the moon do not eclipse because of the death of anyone from the people, but they are two signs from the signs of Allah. When you see them, stand up and pray. In another hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, إن الشمس والقمر آيتان من آيات الله لا ينكسفان لموت أحد ولكن الله تعالى يخوف بها عباده. He said the sun and the moon are two signs amongst the signs of Allah, and they do not eclipse because of the death of anyone, but Allah frightens His devotees with them. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in another hadith, agreed upon, when you see that, and he was referring to an eclipse, whether solar or lunar, he said, then pray. Now, brothers and sisters, I wanted to go over some technical details, inshallah, about the salah. First of all, you would do this eclipse, whether it's solar or lunar, okay, as we already said, whether it's partial or full. So it doesn't have to be a full eclipse of the moon or the full eclipse of the sun. It could even be partial. And the other requirement is that it's in your area. So you don't do this Salatul Khusuf or Khusuf if it's in another part of the world. There was one recently, but it wasn't in this part of the world. It wasn't in our area. But this one is in our area, so we would do the Salatul Khusuf, in this case, the Salah for the lunar eclipse. Now, brothers and sisters, what's the ruling? What's the ruling on, this Salah? There are a few opinions. Let me share them with you. One is that it's Sunnah Mu'akkada. Sunnah Mu'akkada meaning a stressed Sunnah. A stressed Sunnah, brothers and sisters, is something that's, very important. We should try our best to do that, and if we're in the habit of doing that, we shouldn't give it up without a good reason. So one opinion is that it's a stressed Sunnah. Those who follow the Hanafi madhab, the opinion with the Hanafi madhab is that this salah is actually wajib. The Maliki madhab says that it's important like Salatul Jum'ah. So very important, wajib. Another opinion says that it's fard kifaya. Now either one of these opinions that you take, brothers and sisters, whichever one you're following, at least we can agree on one thing. All of these opinions are saying it's very, very important. Some are saying you should not leave it off at all. Other opinion is saying it's very important. You should try to establish it to the best of your ability. Which makes us question, brothers and sisters, how could it be something that in some communities it's not done, or it is forgotten about, or it is unknown? With these types of ruling, no matter what the opinion, it should be something that is the opposite. Should be done on a regular basis, if not by the whole community, somebody should be doing it. It shouldn't be the case that people don't know about it at all. So brothers and sisters, I hope I've emphasized the importance, and I've also mentioned that you can do this at home. Nothing is stopping you, inshallah, from practicing this. It's a convenient time, even it's not too late. Sometimes it happens, and we've had it here in the masjid at 2 o'clock in the morning on a weekday. But now it's on the weekend. It's right after Salatul Isha. It's got a long time range, 2 hours, 45 minutes, I think what it is. You can do it in that time in the convenience of your home. So bringing me to the timing, brothers and sisters, what time should you start or what time can you start? You can start any time in that range. So you don't have to start right at 11:07. So we're starting at 11:15. You can start later than that if you want, okay? But the idea is you try to make the salah and lengthen the salah. So this is the sunnah is to make this salah rather long, because the idea is to stretch it for the entire duration of the eclipse, but that's not a requirement. You don't have to do that. So you start within the range. You don't start before. You start somewhere in the range, and you finish somewhere within that range before 1:52. If you happen to be running late and the eclipse is finished, okay, no problem. You can still continue. It's not like the salah becomes void as soon as the eclipse is finished. No, you just finish your salah lightly. Like, don't keep extending it. Just finish the salah in the proper way. This salah is 2 rak'ah. 2 rak'ah, okay? But there's an important difference. In each rak'ah, there's a simple difference. I'll try to explain it in the simplest way possible so you can memorize it, inshallah. In each rak'ah, instead of doing 1 qiyam meaning the standing for al-Fatiha and the recitation of some part of the Quran, you're going to make 2 qiyam. Very simple. And instead of doing 1 ruku' like you normally do, in each rak'ah, you're going to make 2 ruku'. And the sujood, the 2 sajda, there's no change. So it's going to be 2 qiyam, 2 ruku', 2 sajda. And the sajda is exactly the same. This is in 1 rak'ah. In the next rak'ah, the second, you do the exact same thing. 2 qiyam, 2 ruku', and 2 sajda. And then you finish with the tashahhud and taslim as usual. No change there. So the only changes, 1 extra qiyam and 1 extra ruku' in each rak'ah. So if I demonstrate with the hand, you're going to make qiyam as usual, stand up, make takbiratul ihram, okay? Read your Fatiha and read some portion of the Quran. Then you're going to make ruku' as usual, okay? Ruku' as usual. And make your adhkar there. And then you're going to come up from the ruku' as usual, okay? But now you're not going to go into the sajda. Now you're going to recite al-Fatiha again. And you're going to recite some portion of the Quran again. Now you're going to go back into the ruku', make your adhkar as usual, and then you're going to come up into the qiyam, and now everything is the same. Everything is exactly the same. So you're going to go down for your sujood, 2 sajda as usual, no change. You come up and repeat for the second rak'ah, and when you sit for the tashahhud, it's just the regular tashahhud, salatul ibrahimiyya, adhkar, and then taslim. So very simple. And alhamdulillah, it's being recorded, as I said, on our YouTube channel. If you need to review that, it's there for you. So very simple, and everybody can do that, inshallah. Just the difference is, one addition is, in the masjid here, since we have a jama'ah and it's in the masjid, there is a khutbah after the Salatul Khusuf or Khusuf. So we'll have a short khutbah here. But the difference is, it's not like Jummah. It's 1 khutbah only. 1 khutbah, not the 2 like we have in Jummah. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah, amma ba'd. Brothers and sisters, just a few more fiqh points. Do you do this salah out loud or do you do it silent? This salah is done out loud always. And even if it falls during the forbidden times, it's allowable to do because, this is a salah with a very important reason tied to a very important event. However, there is no qada for this salah. So, if we want to do this, we have to do this within the time range. Even we're running out of time. Let's say it's 1:45 and it's ending at 1:52 as we said. Then you can still pray it and you try to keep it within the time and you can make a short 2 rak'ah but with the extra qiyam and the extra ruku' in each of the each rak'ah. There is some difference of opinion, brothers and sisters, that as I said, as long as it's in your region and you know about that it's in your region, you can do the salah. There's some difference of opinion that if it's cloudy, then you don't do it if you're not seeing the eclipse. That's a possible other opinion, but the opinion that I stick with is as long as it's in the region and in our area, even if it's cloudy, inshallah, we can do this salah. So brothers and sisters, as I said, here is a sunnah that if it's not forgotten somewhere, it's something that is not being practiced, as I said, as much as it should be, especially when we look at the rulings. The rulings say that this is a very important salah. So let us not miss it. Let us not say that this is just a sunnah. This is not the attitude of the Sahaba. The Sahaba, they just needed to know that Rasulullah ﷺ did this and it was confirmed that he did this or said this. That's it. That's enough for them. They're not questioning, is this wajib, is this sunnah muakkada? Their attitude was, we follow Rasulullah ﷺ. That's it. Let us try to have this attitude, brothers and sisters. We know that each sunnah that we practice is priceless. We cannot compare it to any money. But just to give you an analogy, if somebody puts $1 million in front of you for free or for very little effort, nobody's going to let it go. Practicing of sunnah of Rasulullah ﷺ, there's no price we can put on it. It's priceless. Priceless means million, 2 million, billion, trillion. There's nothing that can compare to practicing a sunnah of Rasulullah ﷺ. So what I'm saying, brothers and sisters, doesn't make sense. It's not logical for a believer just to say, it's just a sunnah, it's not wajib, it's okay, I won't do it. We should take every opportunity while Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us breath in this dunya to practice the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to these few words. قال الله تعالى في كتابه الكريم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل محمد اللهم صل على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى سائر الصحابة والتابعين وعلى عبادك الصالحين اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه اللهم ثبتنا على الإسلام اللهم نور قلوبنا بنور الإيمان اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون عباد الله اذكروا الله يذكركم واستغفروه يغفر لكم وأقم الصلاة إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون وأقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تلهكم أموالكم ولا أولادكم عن ذكر الله ومن يفعل ذلك فأولئك هم الخاسرون. وأنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي أحدكم الموت فيقول رب لولا أخرتني إلى أجل قريب فأصدق وأكن من الصالحين ولن يؤخر الله نفسا إذا جاء أجلها والله خبير بما تعملون. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.